And as we look at the news, I see the latest story of the husband and or the future husband, the guy and his fiancée in Georgia. She seems to have disappeared.
Just before their marriage, right?
Just before their marriage. Their wedding was coming up, and she went jogging, I guess, in the morning. She usually jogs for 40 minutes. She didn't come back, so he went out looking for her, jogged along her trail. If this sounds familiar, it's the guy that shot his wife in the head. He was supposed to go to college back east, shot his wife in the head, dumped her and the mattress in a dumpster, which went to the landfill. They searched for her for weeks. He is now in prison. Same story. This guy then goes out, walks around where she's supposed to jog, doesn't find her, starts calling like hospitals, and maybe 2.5 hours later decides to phone the cops. Everything is there at her house, so she didn't leave. It's her pocketbook, things like that, car keys, and he's saying. He's doing a lot of talking to the press, which is just the kiss of death. It's one of those, you so did this. You're trying to explain yourself, and he's on the news just saying, I don't know, this isn't like her. I don't know where she could have gone. I just want her to come back. And, you so killed her. You are so guilty.
Just shut up and start fake crying. Don't talk.
Grow a goatee, tint your hair blonde, and drive to Mexico, just like they all do.
Why does she have those wide burn victim eyes in every picture? That she does not photograph well at all. Her eyes are wide open.
Oh, the missing wife? Yeah.
He couldn't take her
what
anymore.
She looked like before he killed her.
Yeah.
What are you doing? Her eyes opened up wide, the knife went through her chest, and it's over, Johnny. It's so obvious. The cops are like, well, we're not, we're still investigating. I love that. We don't have any suspects right now.
Oh, yeah, right.
We're talking to the fiancé, and behind the scenes they're just like, this guy is so guilty. He did a phoner to Fox News last night. A phoner to Fox News. Your fiancé, the girl you love and adore, you're going to marry, is missing, and you're on the phone with Fox News, and they're asking, will you take a lie detector test? And he's saying, sure, and... what did you do? Why did you wait so long before you called the cops? And he's just, like, implicating himself with every sentence.
Well, he waited 3 hours or something?
Yeah, something like 2.5 hours.
Well, cops can't do much for, like, less than 24 hours for an adult who's just back jogging.
I don't know. It doesn't matter. The thing is, you're not supposed to be thinking those things when you're in distress because a loved one is missing. You're not thinking, well... Cops really can't do anything. Let me hang. Jimmy, you sound like some guy that did kill her. No, I was gonna. Why didn't you call the cops? Hey, I was gonna, but I know the cops can't do anything for 24 hours.
No, but I mean, would you panic? Would you panic in 3 hours? You're like, she's not back. Whatever. Who knows where she was?
If she goes jogging every day, comes back after 40 minutes. If she's not back in 1 hour, there's a huge problem. I would say. I would say you start making some phone calls.
She might have had to stop and drop a log somewhere.
You think?
Yeah, maybe behind an oak tree.
I don't know. And then, you go to look for her. That's another 40 minutes or something. You can't find her during that time. You get the cops looking. They drive around. They could look a lot better than one person can. But if you, let's say you killed her.
The night before.
Of course you're not calling the night before. Perhaps that morning. Perhaps you've gotten rid of all the body and the cleanup work you had to do. Then you wait. Then you call the cops and say she was jogging. So guilty. Just watch. There she is with her big eye picture. Ah! Duluth.
All right, there you have it.
We'll keep track of this story for you.
Oh, because we're so good at news.
Yeah. That's what we do. It's all we do.
Anthony, you've been hinted. Well, where do we start today? There's so much.
A lot of stuff.
I'm thinking about the Rosie O'Donnell movie. I'm also thinking we got to go with the Kook first. We got to go with the Runaway Bride.
Runaway Bride. They make it sound like a fun, lighthearted movie or something. Runaway Bride.
Well, it was the movie starring what? Julia Roberts, was it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
always run away at the altar.
These storylines are a little different between the two.
Just a tad.
And you bastards, you thought the guy killed her.
Of course I did.
Yep. You bastards.
What do you think? Dude, 99% of the time, the husband killed her. I mean, this is ridiculous.
And we were right. He should have. She's awful.
He should have killed her. Oh, what a bit.
What a kook.
First of all, this is a prime example of someone who just isn't thinking rationally. They're just not thinking. She had no clue that if she just disappears, that her fiancé, this man that she loves, I guess, is going to just have everybody's finger pointing at him going, oh, here's the latest guy that killed his fiancé. Here he is. And have to deal with that. But she just didn't think about that. She took off, said that the wedding was a little too much, too big for her. She needed time alone to think it out.
A little too much stress.
A little too much stress. She spontaneously just decided to leave, which the police found out was bull. She bought the bus ticket a few days in advance, set up transportation to get to the bus. And then she took off and went to Vegas, where she hooked up with some Hispanic man and white woman that she then got on a bus with and went to Albuquerque with. And then she made a 911 call, told the police she had been abducted in some phony 911 call, and then the cops came and got her, and after, of course, a little questioning, she folded under questioning.
I got her 911.
Hendry. I don't know, Hendry. I think you fold under questioning. Yeah, so she,
Can I back up for a second? I got her 911 call.
Oh, you got the frantic 911 call?
Yeah, listen how phony this sounds.
Albuquerque 911, operator 45, where's your emergency? I was kidnapped earlier this week, and I'm here now, and I'm Jennifer.
And that's all he got of this? They don't have the whole call?
Liar, liar, pants on fire. I say. She called up. Cops came and got her. They questioned her, and after like an hour or so, they said to her, and I love this cop move. They're like, because she had said she was abducted. It was a red van, I think she said, or a white van. And then after an hour of questioning, the cops just go, Jennifer, we don't have to look for a van, do we? They pulled that move, and she just went, no, liar. We don't, not like, hey, come on, you're bullshit, Jennifer. We don't have to look for that van, do we? No.
It was funny. I was watching all the clips too, and one of the news women were saying, and it was very obvious that she cut her own hair.
Yeah, she cut her own hair.
You can just imagine how awful that looks.
Oh, an ELO cut.
Well, they said she just panicked and just hopped into a black Trans Am and just drove away.
No, she was dancing down that aisle. Knockers bouncing all over the joint. Oh, brother. Yeah, so they found out she was lying. Like she didn't watch TV at all. You can't lie to the cops like this, especially on such a flimsy story. The cops always know. The story falls apart. And they even said, the more she told it, the worse and more different the story gets.
Yeah.
It doesn't work like television, like a movie. It works like those goddamn shows I love on Discovery and stuff. Those cop shows, Cold Case Files. I love that. 20 years later, this guy's like changed his life, turned it around. He was 17 when some bitch got mouthy and he hit her over the head with a golf club, perhaps, or something. And 20 years later, they find something, and some go-getter detective decides to check out some more evidence, and they drag him in. That's how shit works. Not like these movies where you can lie to the cops and get away with it. Doesn't work. And this woman, her story completely fell apart. And you see that other story about those two guys that said they found money up in Massachusetts?
Yeah, those dopes.
These dopes. And they're on every news channel. This is another example of the same thing.
It's like, just shut your mouth.
Shut up, stupid. They were doing some construction in a yard where there was a big barn, and they said they were digging in the ground, and lo and behold, they find this wooden box in the ground. They open it up, and there's these cans, these, I guess, coffee can-looking things, where they open up and find these old money from the 18 and early 1900s, dollar bills, silver certificates, with a face value of a few $1,000s, but a collector's value of over $100,000. And they had it appraised and everything. And now they're on Fox News, CNN. They're doing the whole circuit saying how they dug up this buried treasure.
Oh, it's a feel-good type of story.
It was a great story. The graphic they put, treasure hunters and treasure found. And these guys are standing around taking photo ops with this money and everything. One day later, the cops arrest the two guys. Turns out they were doing work on this guy's barn, and they found the tin cans hidden in the barn. So now it seems that the owner of the barn didn't know about this, but it's his money anyway. And these guys decided they're going to concoct this story.
But how did they get caught if the owner didn't know that the money was in his barn?
The cops. They said the longer they questioned these guys, the worse their story got. They said that the hole that they dug before they hit the box varied with their stories from 2 inches to like 1.5 feet.
Okay.
And they said they were digging to get a rock out of the way for something they had to build. Then the other guy said they were planting a tree. And, like, the stories just didn't mesh up. That's how the cops will always get you.
The cops are good. They just keep asking questions.
They keep asking the same question.
Keep asking and asking
and you just trip up. We were digging up a rock. We had to dig up a rock because we were putting a fence up.
A rock?
A rock.
I thought you said a tree.
All right. And then, like, 2 hours later.
Yeah.
So you were digging. I guess, what were you doing with the shovel? Well, we had to plant a tree. Fuck, a rock. We were planting a rock. Okay, I did it. They always trip up.
Why didn't they just take the money? They wanted to be media stars.
They wanted to be. Hey, who doesn't want to be famous?
I guess.
You get a story like that. Maybe one of the local reporters up there in Massachusetts went into the police station to read the blotter, to put it in his local paper, and said, "Wow, you got this treasure story. That's pretty good. Let me try to get." And the news guy he wants to be famous, so he's like, "I could give this to the AP." It makes the AP. Then the local Fox and the CNN people pick it up. Before you know it, it's a huge feel-good story. Hey, you guys want to come on the air with us? Hey, Bobby, you want to come on? It's fucking great. We're going to be famous.
We could probably had him on here.
Yeah. Oh, of course.
All right, we got to go back to the Runaway Bride story because Jim's making a good point here. Jim, go ahead.
How much you want to bet this asshole still marries her?
That's what he's saying,
I know.
Right?
The wedding is not canceled.
I haven't read that yet, but, if he still marries her, he's a fucking moron.
I think he's saying something like he forgives her or something like that.
Oh, I can understand forgiving her, but if he's stupid enough to marry her, he's a bigger asshole than she is.
What an idiot. What a great start to a marriage. Your fiancé running off on you, and then
have a great day.
making everyone accuse you of killing her. Like we did.
Yeah.
Of course. Would have been a lot more fun if she turned up dead.
Absolutely. Just a shoe with blood in it somewhere.
Oh, those big eyes poking out. It's like, oh, she must have been choked. No. Why? What do you think? Look at those eyes. Popeye.
And then the cops would follow this guy around forever, making his life a living hell. And just imagine all of a sudden she did die while she was away.
Oh, how about that, right? They find her body somewhere.
Because she's on these buses going, these buses are scary to begin with.
Who knows?
You run into, like, one of these undesirables. Mm-hmm. Next thing you know, you are dead in a desert somewhere. And now they point the finger at this guy for the next few years.
He can't go anywhere.
But he's forgiving her, and it's looking like they'll probably get married eventually.
He said it's not canceled. It's postponed, the wedding.
And, of course, then everyone will be applauding him for being that good guy.
How the hell do you go to a wedding like this? Because it's supposed to be some huge gala event.
600 people.
600 guests.
28 people standing for the wedding.
28 bridesmaids and whatever they call those other guys.
Guys.
Groomsmen.
Ushers. Just guys.
Ushers. Ugh. And then you're going to be everyone's going to be sitting in that church watching her walk down the aisle going, this is the bitch that drove everybody crazy, that didn't want to get married. Didn't want to get married so much she ran off. What? Leave. This guy should run for his life. It's over.
Knockers bouncing all over the joint. Boy, ass was wiggling, too.
Ass was wiggling, too.
I got a lot of guys listening to XM illegally. Let's go to Canada. Bruce, what's up?
Hey, boys, how are you?
Pretty good, Bruce.
What pissed me off this weekend is seeing how the way CNN covered this story, just trying to make it trying to get into her emotions and everything. I just thought it was really stupid.
Oh, yes, CNN tried to get a new angle on it. What was her emotional state? Why did she leave? Well, we're going to do a whole story on women's anxiety with getting married. Shut up.
Runaway brides in our neighborhood?
Yeah, runaway bride. Oh.
We'll get into that. Always the local tie-in with your local news station.
The local tie-in. Yeah, they had one with the retard movie last night.
I wanted to ask Bruce one more question. He's from Canada. How jealous are they? They have to live off our news stories.
You never have a real good Canadian story.
You never hear about a really good Canadian story on CNN. They're all watching CNN up there, and they have to listen to how cool the United States is.
They have a few good killings up there every so often.
Very rare.
They had a media blackout in the last major case there, which was the Bernardo case. There was a complete media blackout in Canada, so they got no news.
How does that work? How does a media blackout work when they're right up there?
Nathan.
I think we get
Hello.
everything.
What's up, Nathan from Canada? Another one, yes.
Oh, I'm doing good. You, Opie, and Opie, and little Jimmy.
Hi, Fan.
Well, thank you. What do you got there, Nathan?
I've been a faithful listener since your free play back in December. And I gotta say, the wow works. I've been doing it every week, and on Wednesday, I've seen titties.
Hey.
So
It works.
Oh, yeah.
Hey.
Fun and
Of course the wow works. We know that. We've been doing it for 7-8 years now.
Even up there in Canada.
No, thanks, Nathan. We appreciate it. If you want to get a wow sticker, go to opieandanthony.com and just send a self-addressed stamped envelope off, and we send you out stickers, okay? And it does work.
Love the show.
Thanks, buddy.
Bye.
All right, let's go to Tennessee. Neil, what's up?
Oh, not much, man. I'll be honest. If one of your friends brought you a picture of that broad that ran away from her wedding, would you not look at it and go, that's the bitch that's going to be throwing dead animals on my porch when I break up with her, right or wrong?
Yeah, with those big eyes.
I mean, God, you could just look at it and you're like, oh, God, this is going to go fucking bad. And you ain't even met her yet.
We should play Guess the Mental Illness.
Oh, shit. You know, quit looking at the light. For God's sakes, put on some fucking glasses. My goodness.
She really does have owl eyes.
I love you guys. Been listening to it for 3 weeks, man. Just thinking about listening to regular radio makes me want to fucking dip myself in shit. Good job.
Right on, Neil. Thank you, buddy.
Bye, Neil.
Spread the virus for us, all right? Yeah, I mean, she's got something going on. We all have stress and pressure in our lives, but we're not doing kooky things like that. How tough is her life?
Apparently very tough. Very tough.
They're rich, right?
She had to leave. I don't think you have that kind of wedding and not have a few bucks.
But what was the big problem? Just the wedding?
Maybe that's got to come out. Maybe the guy is a complete asshole. You know?
Nah.
I don't know.
He looks like a do-gooder.
A do-gooder?
He looks like the type of guy that just can't do wrong.
I don't, I got to commend him for getting through the situation like he did and going on the news and talking, because if I was in that situation, I would be so paranoid that they're going to think I killed her. And you in your head know you didn't, because you didn't. But I have this like guilt thing. Sometimes when I walk into an empty store and I have a big jacket on, I walk around with my hands really far away from me so they don't think I'm stealing something. I know I'm not going to steal anything, but I don't. Or if I walk into a store and I didn't buy anything, they don't have what I want, and I leave right away, I kind of linger by the door a little, kind of like, oh, look, I'm comfortable standing here. I'm not trying to flee your store because I don't want them to think, hey, that was suspicious. He kind of left quickly.
I would be the worst under a lie detector.
I'd be horrible.
Because you're bringing up something. I was at Tower Records this weekend. I didn't bring it. I didn't buy anything, but I felt like I was stealing something. I'm leaving the store. I had this weird guilt.
You do. You get this this thing that they're going to think I'm stealing something. Right. If I'm wearing my big jacket and I put my hands in my pockets and I'm in like an aisle in a store, I'm like, oh fuck, they're going to think I just shoved something in my pocket. And I don't know where that comes from.
Yeah.
But I've got it. So if I had to go on the news, I'd be like, yes, we're all very concerned. We hope she returns quickly. Look, I didn't kill the bitch. I swear to God, I didn't kill her. I would just lose it. I'd break. I would be so bad.
I
didn't.
That's really good.
You ever been leaving a store with stuff you paid for and the stuff goes off? You ever had the alarm go off after you paid for your items?
The thing. The thing's going off.
I never know what to do. I just point at my white skin and they go, go ahead, son.
Bill from Jersey. What's up, Bill?
Hey, shake it up, guys.
Hello, Bill.
Anthony, you're a tool. You ass. You said last week he so killed her. He's so guilty.
I know.
Yeah, let's pull the tape from last week's show.
There's no need to pull the tape.
Pull the tape.
There's no need to pull the tape. I completely acknowledge the fact that I was
had
wrong.
the open mind in this situation?
You didn't have shit.
I didn't have nothing on that one. You're right.
Ope was all over it. You screwed up again.
Bill, so you were at home going, well, I bet she ran off on the guy.
Absolutely. Why would I feel the guy was lying? Guys don't lie. Come on.
You're lying.
You're
No, I'll admit it. Of course I thought the guy killed her.
Absolutely.
She looked very killable in those photos.
All right, let's go to Georgia. Craig?
Hey, O&A.
What's up?
Jimmy?
Hi, fella.
What's up, Craig?
Hey, man, this whole thing is staged. All they want is a little stage time, little, fame.
A publicity for a wedding?
Yeah, come on, man.
It's not like they're shock jocks. She's a shock jock.
I
was kidnapped. Oh.
No, in his right mind would keep this bitch. I'd slap her, throw a load on her, and leave and get the next pretty one down the road, man. Punch it out.
All right. You know
you got to do. You got to marry her. If you're the guy, you marry her. On your honeymoon, you just grab her by the back of the hair and just plow it in the back door and go, now this is what you get every fucking night. This is what you're going to get.
He's
Why? Why are you looking at me like that?
Because I think then you can kill her and no one will think you did it.
He's nuts if he marries her. Simple as that.
That's crazy.
But of course it's going to be the right thing to do, and his family and friends are going to applaud him for his decision, but they don't have to live with this bitch.
No.
Fast forward 5 years when the whole, intense love thing starts fading away, man, this is going to be a cuckoo house.
Oh, boy.
Imagine if they have a kid, she can't handle a wedding.
Yeah, she's going to be one of those that the kid strapped in the minivan driving down the boat ramp.
I was going to say, start running the bathwater.
Bathing her little kids.
Hey, wait a minute. We're moving backwards. Where's Mom going? Say, Mommy. She's running along the shoreline.
Let's go to Todd on Long Island. Todd. Hey, you guys you guys got a crazy story out there today, huh?
Which one?
The barbecue guy?
Barbecue in North Amityville.
I didn't even see it.
Some guys just grilling. Some guys at the backyard barbecue just grilling, and someone walks up to him out of nowhere and just blasts him in the head and runs off.
And Ben's like, did you see this story? This is unbelievable. You guys got to talk about it today. And Anthony and I, because we're from Long Island, we're like, dude, it's North Amityville.
North Amityville?
This is some kind of freaking gang hit or something.
Nah, dude, it looked like a good neighborhood. I saw a Mercedes.
Right.
The guy that shot the guy probably just stole it.
All right.
You know what? This twat needs to go to jail.
Yeah?
She really does. And even if they don't send her to jail, they need to give her a fucking bill for all the man hours that were wasted.
That's what they did with that college student that said she was abducted, and they found out she was lying. They charged her for the police time. You know, it amounts to a few $100,000.
If they can have a wedding for 600 people, they can afford it.
Yeah, she's not going to do jail time. You watch.
No, it won't be jail time, but they'll probably charge her with something, especially if since they found out she had planned it in advance. It wasn't just on a whim.
All right.
I hope so. All right, boys, I got to go back to work.
Sorry.
And for advanced planning, what a shoddy job. She didn't leave with enough money. That stupid haircut ploy. Saying you're abducted and then cracking after an hour of questioning.
And we now know she's a racist.
Well, she said that she was abducted by a Hispanic gentleman and a white woman, though. She added it in that it was a white woman also. But
she couldn't commit to her racism.
Right. But these were people that she had met in Vegas.
Yeah.
And I guess, a nice woman she is, she's trying to pin the blame on them. But, yeah, I'm surprised she went with Hispanic. Usually the white people go black. They say, some black guy. We've all seen Goodfellas.
You know why you say some
who took that truck outside the diner?
You know why you say some black guy, too? Because it's very hard to describe the person.
Really?
Yeah, Hispanic you could describe a little bit better than a black person.
Really?
So you feel like you're off the hook by just saying, hey, I was kidnapped by a black person. Well, what do you look like?
Jesus. My God.
Oh, like I'm wrong? Like I'm wrong.
Yeah.
Sure.
I think what you're saying here is that certain people of certain races all look alike. Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, if you're going to pick one race that might have a lot of people that look similar, that would be the one.
So Coolio looks just like Denzel.
Coolio, yeah.
Christ. You best backpedal or something.
It's just easier. I'm just talking,
I think white people
I'm just talking
do it
as the person that might be in this situation, trying to figure out how do I cover all my bases.
I think white people accuse black people of crimes when they've done it themselves, because what the media shows blacks in such a negative light as far as crime is concerned that it would be easier for the police to believe that a black person did it.
All right.
Asian would have been the easiest.
Oh, true. See, now if you're going for description.
Oh, you're so right about that.
Yeah.
You
Hey, a
it was
little
an
bowl
Asian.
hairdo and went, that's all I know.
Bill from Arizona, what's up?
Eyes all wacky.
All right, let's go to Eric in Baltimore. Eric,
Hi, how's it going, guys?
what's up?
You in Baltimore?
I just wanted to say what?
You in Baltimore?
Yes.
Okay.
I just wanted to say now would be the perfect time to kill your wife. The media will never expect you. Oh, she just ran away.
That'll hurt.
A
little bit of a wreck.
All right.
You know what sells.
There's the kook.
I don't see any kook. I just see a moving blanket.
Yeah, she put a blanket over her head.
Couldn't they
Trying
find a
to
better
shun the
blanket? Oh, my God. My
Boat
grandma
quilt.
knitted this for me, and I brought it to work because I didn't want to use it at home. Might as well use this.
grandma knitted this quilt for me.
Come on, stop. I love this. You know that.
All right, looking at the front pages of the papers here in New York. My God.
Oh.
Jilted fiance. She's wearing my diamond.
Yeah. He is all for this wedding. He's going ahead with it. He said he made a commitment when he gave her the ring, and he's not backing out on it.
And the Daily News is great. There's a quote from him saying, "I do," says jilted groom of Runaway Bride. "Let's get married." And then the headline is, "He does?"
Yeah, he does?
Is he insane?
What the What an ass.
Pretty much everyone is saying he's just insane.
Run.
He's stupid for doing this now.
Cut your losses. Cut your losses. This lunatic is not the woman you should be marrying. Any girl that's running off before your wedding, she probably doesn't really feel the same way you do about the wedding, unless you're running off too. And she's got those crazy woman eyes.
Yep.
Those big pie plates. Oof.
Rotten Shelley Duvall face. She ran because she thought Nicholson was chasing her with an axe. Ugly bitch. Jesus Christ, dude, you're on the front page of the Daily News. Dump this hole and find a hot one.
Run, Danny, run!
She tried to slide down the snow hill out the bathroom window and couldn't fit, so she gets on a bus to Vegas. Ugh, trollop.
Couldn't get those Google eyes through the window.
She ran in and the blackjack dealer went, "Great party, isn't it?" His head split open. Oh, she stinks, this chick.
Jilted. Yeah, you got to be a lunatic, this guy, to want to marry this one.
Well, we gave you guys a taste of the 911 call yesterday.
Oh.
Nathaniel found the rest of it and put it together for us here, and we got a couple tracks from the 911 call. Because it's like 6 minutes long of just babbling, right, Nathaniel?
It is, but is it cool babbling?
Is the whole thing cool?
I think her babbling kind of sounds pretty cool.
Don't act casual. Just walk in. Don't act like you're not sure if you should.
He's like, should I? Why? He goes to slowly take his headphones off as if we should nod to him.
As soon as you nod, those headphones
There
get
he
thrown
comes.
against the wall.
Oh,
Here he
cow.
is.
Look at how he is now.
Eager young buck.
He walked in all confident.
Yeah.
Hi, what are we talking about? It's unenjoyable. It's totally unintelligible. It's just a bunch of people talking
Gibberish.
over each other. So
Really?
it's not even like the panicking isn't even worth the trip.
I kind of want to hear her.
So you got some highlights
Yes,
instead? Okay.
Ooh.
I hope.
Uh-oh. You don't have confidence in
I
this?
mean, this is the best crap ever.
Uh-oh.
Does it start?
Kitty K1 to Kitty K12. Kitty K12. Kitty K12 to Kitty K1. Kitty K12 to Kitty K1. Some storm happened, huh?
Shut up.
She was the worst actress in that movie, man.
Anything else, Mrs. Torrance? Just shut the fuck up.
When do you think maybe we should take Danny to Vegas?
As soon as possible.
She almost wrecked that movie.
I don't know. Watching it now, though, and seeing it so many times, I can't picture anyone else in that part. You know? She is awful in it, but it makes it so good.
She played Fear very well, though. I'll say that one.
When he's hacking through the door, that's
was
one of the
frightened.
that's one of her best scenes in the movie. She's standing in the corner, and that axe comes through the door, and the way she jumps and screams, I can't picture anyone else doing it better. You know, she did that pretty well.
And who better than Kubrick with the long haul? What a creepy bastard, man.
Creepy.
Ugh.
Like one of the real first uses of the Steadicam, so you get those gliding shots through the hallways. Amazing.
And
job.
Stephen King, who I think is a brilliant guy, hated the movie because it changed a lot of what his vision was.
Yeah.
It concentrated on Jack Torrance.
You know what, though? Now, in hindsight, he looks back now fondly at it and doesn't have such a hatred for the movie anymore.
Because he saw what his movie was. I didn't see it. Stephen King had a made-for-TV movie.
Made for
Shining.
TV.
Of course it was awful.
And can the guy stop with the made-for-TV shit?
Yeah.
If you're going to take a brilliant Stephen King book, spend a few bucks and make a goddamn real movie out of it. These TV movies, the effects stink. The acting is like, get the guy from Wings. Have him star in it. What the hell is that? You go from Nicholson to the guy from Wings?
I want to get him on the show.
Who?
Stephen
King?
King.
Yeah.
Badly.
Great.
Of course.
He writes a pop culture piece for Entertainment Weekly. It's just brilliant. It's great stuff.
He's a phenomenal nonfiction. He's a phenomenal nonfiction writer too. Like when he wants to just write about something interesting, he is a brilliant guy, man.
Well, of course, this year the whole Red Sox thing.
Of course.
He wrote that, and I hate the fact that it wound up with a storybook ending for him.
He had a book called The Girl Who Loved Tom Brady.
Tom Brady?
What was his name?
That's funny. Isn't that Ben, the girl that loved Tom Brady?
Wait, what was the name? Oh, Tom Gordon. I'm sorry.
Right,
Not
Tom Gordon.
Brady. No, Tom Gordon.
Tom, the girl loved Tom Brady.
Don't
Who
cope with
doesn't?
Kevin Kennedy.
Girl who did coke with Tom Brady.
Let's go back to the story at hand and talk to Sherman in Atlanta. Sherman.
Hey, guys.
Hey.
This runaway fiance thing's really blowing up down here, of course. And last night, Sean Hannity had a TMJ session with the man involved, which is TMJ means too much Jesus. And they're in love with each other. And this guy says they've never had sex. He's a virgin. He's never slept with this chick, and they live together.
See, I'm thinking if he was still going to go through with the marriage, that the sex must be just unbelievable.
No, he's never had it. He spent so much time and money waiting to fuck this chick that he's got to go back.
Oh, he's lost his mind. He's like, yeah, I want to marry her because he just needs the pussy real bad.
Listen, you've got to get the Sean Hannity interview and play some of this. It is a love fest.
Sherman,
what an amazing coincidence.
Guess what I have in my hand?
Thank
you, Nathaniel. Thank you.
I'm punching out.
All right.
Fan's a good boy.
Well, let's start with the 911 call here.
Someone's commenting on Nathaniel walking confidently into the studio. Numbteeth says, Scatman walked into the Overlook really confidently, too.
That's true. Nathaniel poked his head in. Is anybody home?
I hated that scene, too. He comes all the way up from Miami.
All the way from that hot room with the nude women on the wall.
Rotten black toes just staring at the television.
Yeah. With the big afro naked women on his walls. And I'm thinking, there's going to be a nice scene happening. He's spending all this time to get back up there and using that tractor, that snow tractor crap.
The snowcat.
The snowcat.
Can you drive a car? And you can drive a snowcat.
And then he finally gets there and...
He didn't have his coat off. I know. He got an axe through the coat.
But it took like 20 minutes of the movie, 20 minutes of the movie of him getting back up there.
The drive, the airport.
So I'm thinking the conversation's got to be a little better. He's going to die, but Jesus. God, nothing.
But, dude, Nicholson popping out from behind that thing and going, oh! And he buries the axe, and he hits him so hard, he does like a skip on his right foot, like the momentum carried him. He buried that axe. Fucking Scatman's friend Larry gets him the snowcat.
Good old Larry.
Good old Larry.
Good old Larry.
There's a heck of a storm. You can say storm properly.
That's all right.
What's wrong
There's
with
a
him?
storm going on.
That annoyed me. Storm.
Why?
Steve from Connecticut.
You tried, young.
Hey.
Yes, Steve.
You smell a movie deal on this whole Runaway Bride thing?
Of course.
Yep.
Of
Absolutely.
course.
Maybe the husband does, too. Maybe he's not stupid.
Nah.
That's what the whole thing's set up.
I don't think that. You're giving him too much credit. I think the other guy's right. This is like a virgin, and he's in love with her because he wants to have the sex. Not in like a, God, I got to hit that, but a kind of, he's so deeply in love and wants the sex and the marriage, and it's already all together. His family, the church is a big thing in their town and with them.
Fast forward a couple of years, this marriage is going to be a disaster.
Done. She'll be back in Vegas. Just sucking it.
Carrying her body parts around like Henry Lee Lucas. Little Adidas bag.
All right, here we go. Some clips from the 911 call.
Did they hurt you in any way, Jennifer? Do you need any medical attention? No, they didn't hurt me. Okay, well, what happened? I'm talking to them right now. What happened? I was kidnapped from Atlanta, Georgia. I don't know. My parents said it's been on the news. I don't know.
I'd be like, wow, that's you? Cool. Like the 911 operator's like, oh, you're famous.
Yeah.
I've seen your bubble-eyed pictures.
She's a kook.
What happened? I don't know. I went to read his book. It was 500 pages of the same shit. I got nervous.
Another brilliant scene, by the way.
Oh, my God. How do you like it? That's when he comes out and asks her, how do you like it?
When she discovered that was brilliant.
You realize this kook he's been a problem since he got there.
Yeah.
That's the novel he's working on. Love it. All different patterns.
I know, that's the best part of that. It was just like...
Someone actually typed all those up, too. Saw it on the DVD.
Yeah.
It wasn't, in the older days, computers and stuff like that. Somebody actually typed all of those out. Just a little tidbit for
all
you.
All work and no play makes Jack a dull boy.
That's right.
All right, here's the description of the man that kidnapped her.
And the person that did this to you was he or she? It was an Hispanic man and a Caucasian woman.
Hispanic?
And the male that it happened in Duluth. Okay, and the male that did this is he black, white, Hispanic, or Native American? Hispanic. About how old? I would say in their 40s, maybe. How old was he? I don't know. It was about 5. About my height, about 5'9". What is his weight, do you think, approximately? Thin, heavy, medium build? It was medium build, yeah.
Medium, average, everything's just, she's making it up, and she goes, yeah, Hispanic, man, how old? 40-something, build, medium.
What a kook. Gotta keep saying it, what a kook.
This dummy is going to be on Good Morning America. If he said, look, I'm really hurt, I just want someone to love me, do you know how many... You'd have to weed through a lot of fat pigs.
Would come out of the woodwork for this guy.
But you'd find, I believe me, this guy will be getting blown for the next 5 years.
Who wants the jilted groom and have him there with a all sad face? Oh, the whores would come running vag first at him.
This dummy.
Yeah.
They'd line up for him. They really would.
But no, he's in love.
They'd realize he's a crushing bore and date him once. But so what?
There's more to this story. It's going to come out. Was she on medication or something? She's a kook.
Yeah.
Here's the description of the van.
And what kind of vehicle was he driving? It was a blue van, like a dark van. Was it a conversion van or a small minivan? It wasn't a minivan. It was like a painter work van. Did you get a license plate? How long? Right, Roger. Jennifer. I've got my family and the police from home on the payphone, and they want to know if somebody's on the way. We are on the way right now. They're on the way. Answer my question. Okay. Did you get a license plate number? No, ma'am.
What was on the van? 2 cartoon figures.
Something about they're back on XM.
The heads were so big they looked nothing like the characters.
I don't know what happened.
Oh, man.
Oh, it was a blue van. It was a work van, minivan, thing van.
It was a man with frosted hair, with perfect diction, who picked me up. He said, I'm not going to hurt you, I'm just going to drive you to Vegas. I tried to email, but I couldn't navigate his computer.
One more clip from the 911 call. Talking about weapons.
Do they have any weapons on them? And they have just a small handgun. Do you know if the handgun was real? Yes.
That was hard to understand.
She said she had a handgun.
Yeah, a guy had a small handgun.
All right. Small handgun.
How bad do you want to see Tyson just bare fist her once in the mouth?
Oh, would that be great?
Just a roundhouse
and
into
she
her
goes
lying
down.
Mouth.
She cut her own hair off.
She won't go to jail, though.
No,
they have a great sense of humor down there in Duluth, by the way. Did you see what they did with the billboard?
Ugh. Oh, I know.
They're showing this on all the news channels.
Yeah, they had the missing billboard.
They had a
of her.
huge missing billboard. Missing, any info, notify Duluth police, and they have her description and the picture of her, okay? Down below, the townspeople.
They're funny.
They place some huge, I guess, sticker over the original billboard that says, "Case solved, cold feet."
Cold feet.
That'd be great if they found her dead and they wrote that.
Cold feet, yeah. Body to match. Cold feet with a toe tag tied around one little piggy.
I tell you, no wonder black people get pissed off. Now you get it, like it's like some white lady goes missing and it's front page. And there really is something irritating about that.
Who cares? How many black people are missing? Hispanic people? No one cares.
But she won't go to jail.
No.
She'll get like some kind of probation, even though she's like lying to 911, which is annoying.
Yeah, community service.
All right, let's go to Bruce in Atlanta. Bruce?
This is Dennis in Atlanta.
I'm sorry. Go ahead, Dennis.
Hey, yeah, just thinking you guys are cracking me up. I'm a new listener. You guys are hilarious. But you're talking about her eyes. And the other night, TBS, the Superstation, was doing one of those blocks of, like, Jaws, where they kept showing Jaws over and over again. And I was thinking about that scene in the bottom of the boat when Robert Shaw's down there, and Clint, his character's talking about how sharks have lifeless black eyes, like a doll's eyes.
That's what her eyes are like.
Just
My God, I didn't even notice that.
Yeah.
Look at her picture.
I was on the other night, I was just cracking up. Every picture, and I told my wife, I was like, look at her eyes. She's a freak. She's hilarious. You guys are awesome. Punching out.
Thanks.
Lifeless eyes, black eyes, like a doll's eyes, till they roll back white and she runs off to Vegas.
She really should be eating a little boy through a yellow raft. Rotten, creepy bitch. Cowardly liar. Skip town while the Virgin stands there with a boner and a sport about. Sport about. You know he wears those awful no-name jeans?
Of course. Sport about.
Big W on the back pocket. Wonder why no one will fuck him.
He's got this chick.
Obviously a new listener. He doesn't.
Buggy eyes.
He hasn't heard Anthony do the doll's eye.
Nah, he did the line. That's all.
Yeah, all right. Let's go to Manny in Houston. Manny?
Hey, how you doing, guys?
Do it for Manny.
Hi.
What's up, Manny?
All right. I just wanted to say it sounded like they're describing old Pat Munaki's van. All they need is some WOW stickers on the side of it.
It was blue. It worked, man.
It would have been an attack on the media right there. You would have got some good publicity.
Fat head and his driver's side. Wow, stickers somewhere Adult Drive, I think the address was.
You're trying to be funny and missing constantly. He was bombing horribly all the way across the country.
It was so creepy. I thought he was going to kill me. He just kept going,
I thought he was in pain.
It's so horrible. He only had 9 toes.
That's good. George?
You want to help me load this couch into the back? You need some help with that? Would you?
Morning, push the toenail clipper in the basket.
You're about a size 14 in contact lenses. Big fat Google-eyed bitch.
Hey, George, how are you today?
How you doing, guys? Hey, you can always tell what part of the country your pretend kidnapping is, because down south, it's a spick in a blue van. Up north, it's a moolie in a sky blue Cadillac. I'm out.
He's out.
Huh? What?
I don't know. Let's go to...
Hold on, is this the Shining music?
Yeah.
You guys got to get the theme from the Shining. It's the greatest.
Yeah.
Because this doesn't say Shining. But you know what says Shining? Bomb, bomb, bomb. I'll do the whole thing.
Yeah. That music. The opening music.
And I do know what it's called, but I can't remember. It's got to be online somewhere.
Yeah, that creepy thing they did when they showed the days of the week that were going by.
Tuesday.
It's how could a day of the week scare the piss out of you?
Only Kubrick could pull that off.
Yeah.
He's some psychopath staring at a little hedge maze model, and then it just goes Tuesday, and you're like, I shit my pants.
I shit my pants.
My God, it's Tuesday.
I made poopies.
Make a helicopter shot of a Volkswagen creepy. That whole drive scene.
Oh, my God.
That's the opening ever.
Yeah, without a doubt.
The music, that theme music, all of it just says isolation better than anything.
Yep.
He had that, and it just made you feel isolated going up that awful...
Mm-hmm.
My wife's a confirmed horror movie buff.
You got it?
Okay.
Is this it?
Saw it on the television.
Oh, yeah, here it is.
Yeah. Pretty creepy.
I just hated the setup to the movie. I get it. It's a very lonely place in the winter. You know?
And then the guy has to sit him down and tell him the story about Grady.
Yeah. Right.
Chopping his family up.
We get it. It's going to be very, very lonely.
Yeah.
And isolated. The roads close in the winter.
We get it.
Get to the story.
But I love when he's talking to Grady, and he goes, "You chopped your wife and daughters up, and then you blew your brains out." Like this, like, aha, I got you. like you killed yourself. Got you, fella. Like you caught him in a little lie. A little white lie.
Grady changes from that whole subservient guy to the guy, you better fucking kill your wife, asshole.
And he's like, a lot of us think you haven't the belly for it.
Yeah.
And he's in the storage room going, well, just let me out, Mr. Grady. Like, I'm sorry I let you down. I didn't axe my wife and son, who've done nothing, but I'll take care of it.
A very willful young boy, if I may be so bold.
Rather naughty. He is a willful boy.
Needs a talking to, perhaps a bit more.
When a firm scolding doesn't work, just pick up an axe and bury it in your son. Old Delbert with
Old Delbert
spare the rod, spoil the child advice. Perhaps he needs to be murdered with an axe.
My daughter took a book of matches and tried to burn it down. She had to be corrected.
Sorry. Let's get Bill Burr in here, by the way.
Corrected.
And his wife tried to stop him from doing his duty.
His duty. So she had to be corrected.
What are you doing to the children? As he's hitting them with an axe, he's probably brought her over.
Well, now.
Should have went with the program.
You're not a team player, Mrs. Grady. How long was Bill waiting outside?
Oh,
Opie?
at least 4 minutes. At least 4 minutes.
For the guy to sit out there.
I'm going to apologize to him personally for waiting 4 whole minutes.
I didn't even know he was here, actually.
Opie has
he was
to
actually
be
hiding.
Corrected.
Usually they sit in the center seat there so we know who's out there ready to come in.
And when he called me fuckface, I felt he had to be corrected.
Bill Burr, everyone.
Hi, sweetie.
Hey, Bill. Gentlemen. How you doing, man?
Bill,
How's it going?
We're talking about 2 different things at the same time.
Yeah, we like to do that every so often.
We're talking about The Shining and The Runaway Bride.
Oh, totally looks like her.
Yeah. It's the Shelley Duvall face.
I was watching one of those so-called experts the other day, yesterday, about the whole case.
Yeah.
And they were talking about the husband. They're like, and I also feel bad for the husband. He was being looked at like something was going on. And then she goes, and he refused to take a lie detector test, which I'm still suspicious about.
Wait a second, what?
What are you suspicious
He
about?
didn't do anything.
Yeah. Fucking idiot.
Why would anyone say I'm still suspicious about?
Because she's an expert.
Yeah.
We're
so
not looking
knows.
at it on the levels that she's looking at it.
He was demanding, or I guess his lawyer or somebody was saying that he'll take the lie detector test, but he wanted it videotaped, the entire procedure. And the cops are saying, no, we don't do that. We don't videotape lie
Yeah, we
detector
can't have
tests.
us slapping you on video.
Yeah. So I guess that's what she's suspicious about. Is that still suspicious? I don't think this is the broad. I think they did something. He put her to sleep next to a bean pot. She woke up. There was a bunch of webs. They threw that away. What the hell is it? She's back.
You know what's going to be great if he waited all this time and he's a virgin and he finally on the wedding night her box stinks.
Perfect.
Smells like a cross-country bus.
Smells like a Hispanic guy from Vegas.
You really got to test out the merchandise before you get married.
Of course.
Come on.
Before you pay for a second
Come on.
meal.
This isn't the 50s anymore. Let's calm down.
You test drive a car
you get
first.
you get to
Right?
test drive a little bit
Come on.
nowadays. Hey, Brooks in Kentucky, what's up?
Hey, dudes, I'm just glad to know that I can ride across America and listen to 2 perverts like you from coast to coast on XM.
Thank you.
I have a comment about the Runaway Bride. Now, supposedly the groom-to-be was on a show and said they're both virgins. Did I catch that straight?
Yeah, we're going to play that audio in a second here.
Well, wait a minute. Wake up. The bitch has been to Vegas for a week. She went cross-country on a scuzz bust. He better send her to a doctor and get that checked out.
Yeah, you think maybe she decided I'm going to go out and...
She might not even have known that she's gotten laid.
If
She's such a kook. She might have had sex on the Greyhound bus or in
She might
Vegas.
have passed out and married an English counterfeiter.
You guys been to Vegas? Come on.
Yeah, what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas, so she ain't talking.
Yeah, but she may throw some moves on him on the wedding night that rolled his eyes back in the back of his head.
She wanted to have sex, but her fiancé said she wasn't supposed to.
Where you going, Fan?
Hello, Fan. You gave up on us?
Well, I thought my role was to talk about the Runaway Bride audio, and my role is over for now.
Mm-hmm.
All right?
You're very observant.
All right, thanks.
All right.
Back into the little booth.
He has to leave all awkwardly. He wasn't sure when he could leave.
And he's trying to make it look like now's the time. The Notebook.
Yeah. Right. Oh.
Yeah, I saw this on the Notebook.
He's pointing at something on the Notebook like, I forgot to do this.
Yes,
I better get out of here.
I have to go in there and do nothing.
Right.
He knows his role.
All right, do we play the audio of the fiancé finally?
Ooh.
Yes.
Or do we want to take leaks and stuff?
Well, I have to tinkle, but, whatever you guys want to do, I'm here.
There's something about her face. She looks like she likes anal, even though she's a virgin.
Yeah.
Doesn't she just look like she would?
Those eyes look like she just had one jammed in for the first time.
I was going to say, it looks like she still has one in there.
Yeah, there's something about her. I'm telling you.
All right, why don't we take a break?
Every time I see that poster, I laugh, though. The case is solved, cold feet.
Yeah.
Cold feet, and then they got a little graphic of a running bride. She's running away.
Boy, they live in a cute community, don't they?
Those people are fun. They know how to have fun.
Oh, boy.
I bet people pass the sign and go, "Aww." They make that sound. Aww.
Nice guy he is.
All right, we got to play this audio.
Yes.
We got the fiancé of the Runaway Bride on our friend's show there, Sean Hannity.
Hannity, right?
Hannity had the exclusive interview with the fiancé. And he's saying he's going to still marry the broad, so good for you. Good for you.
It got me to thinking, all right, the cops have been around here like 5 or 6 times asking me the same story over and over again. I better be careful in what I say and how I say it. So it was really, sometime Wednesday night, the realization just kind of hit me, and then it just, I wasn't real good after that. My mind was really worse than it was to begin with.
Yeah, it's that whole guilt thing we were talking about yesterday. Even though he knew he had nothing to do with this, he was feeling the guilt and going, I got to be careful here. They're thinking I might be a suspect.
Yeah,
here.
You didn't do anything bad. We talked about it yesterday. How sometimes I'll walk into a store and I don't buy anything, and when I leave, I feel like I have to keep my hands well away from my pockets and linger by the door for a little while.
Say something friendly to the lady behind the register.
Yeah, or stop by the magazines. Like, if I was stealing something, would I stop here by the magazines? I would be rushing out of the store. Like, you got to try to make yourself look more innocent than you are, even though you didn't steal anything.
When I walk out of the store and the thing goes off, I swear to God I do this all the time, I just take off running.
Do you run?
Oh, yeah, really fast, and it gets a good laugh, and you come back here.
He's
all right, check my stuff.
Just let him go.
It's the worst. Why is Nathaniel back in here?
Welcome back, Fan.
Oh, Than's back.
I thought I'd come back and offer nothing some more.
All right. Good job.
Thank you.
Remember the days these guys would just put the audio together for us?
Yeah.
Now they feel like because they put it together, they have to...
That it's theirs.
That it's theirs, and they should sit in on the segment.
This is when the fiancé was on the Than show.
All right, here's the fiancé talking about the lie detector test. Mm-hmm.
When you sat there for that lie detector test, what's going through your mind? Oh, man, I was mad. I was mad that I had to leave the house because that's where I felt safest was in my rooms or in my kitchen or on my back deck because I had my friends and family, my church family, and Jennifer's family there with me. It was really...
church family?
Uh-oh. Trouble there.
A nerd.
Boy, the worst thing you can ever do is go to church.
Yeah.
You just end up like this.
Yep.
My church, what are they going to think?
Bill,
you got some family.
He's got some brilliant material on priests and churches. I don't know.
Yeah, they love it down there.
It's
down south. Hey, Jesus hater.
It's brilliant though.
I bet he's a Jew.
Adam in Alabama was selling my CDs out in the parking lot afterwards. One of those horrendous gigs where they don't have any place where you can stand and just sell all your bullshit. And that's what that dude came up. He's like, "Hey, Jesus hater." Because I was talking about how I can't be a Catholic anymore because they were, fucking the kids, right? And he somehow, in his head...
Jesus hater.
I hate Jesus because I don't approve of adults fucking children.
Right.
And it's like, dude, are you even listening to what... They don't listen. I've noticed like that is like people always talk about, if you talk about race on stage, no. I'm telling you, it's that stuff because those people will actually, like, shoot you...
Really? They're sensitive about religious things when you are trying to do something
really
comedy-oriented?
Ground-breaking commentary here.
You mean people could actually, lose their jobs or something over something that perhaps happened in a church?
Oh,
something
that's
like
right.
that?
I'm sorry, guys.
They are sensitive.
They sure are.
I can't believe I forgot that. What an ass.
We've done material on everything, and that's the thing that gets us thrown off.
Oh, yeah.
Because, they're crazy people. They are absolute crazy people.
Your take on the priest thing is great, though. While you're sitting there and you're listening.
Is that a setup, Opie?
Yeah,
well, not really.
He's really trying to reel me in here.
It really
You don't want to do it on the air, though,
Let me
probably?
tell you something, people. Going to church, is this wacky?
No.
I mean, come on. We've all done it.
Yeah. I don't even mean it like that, because...
That sound effect is the end of your career.
No, Bill, I don't even mean it like that, because we can have a conversation about it. I'm not trying to set you up to do a 5-minute bit, but just your observation about how you sit.
My point is, I'm not going to church and listening to another human being telling me where I'm going when I'm dying.
There you go.
That's it.
Yeah.
If God wants to come down and fill you in, there you go.
Because you get confused sometimes, I was brought up
do something supernatural, and then I'm going to listen to you. But other than that, it's all a guess.
Yeah.
That's it.
Some guy's interpretation.
I was brought up a Catholic, went to church a lot, and you start looking at this guy like he's better than you or whatever, or more important, or
more holy.
Or more holy.
Closer to God.
And he brings up the point, somebody was making fun of this kid in gym class somewhere.
Yeah.
He's just like you and I.
Yeah.
It's like, holy crap, you're right, Bill. Jesus,
I'm just a man.
Like you.
You're a man of God. There is no God.
All right, back to the audio here.
My church group.
More about the lie detector test.
Really, it was a time of upliftment at different times. It was really,
upliftment?
To have, safe haven, I guess is the right word. So having to leave that didn't help. Just leaving the house, number one, I got mad. Just having to leave there. I was mad at the lawyer for making me go do the lie detector test. I was mad at my parents for driving me there. I was mad at the guy giving the lie detector test because that's what he did for a living. And I was just mad at the stupid test because I had to do it. I was just angry. So angry.
These two deserve each other. Have
They
fun.
really do.
Have a great life together.
You know how you answer that question?
They're in a community that I can't even
petrified. I was petrified that it was going to come back and say that I was lying because I was so freaked out that I didn't know what the hell was going on.
Yeah, the way he's answering these, how angry he was, that's what he should have felt when he found out that she just jumped on the bus.
Yeah, how did you feel when you found out it was your wife taken off and not abducted? I was angry. There you go.
Yeah, I felt like I wish I killed her.
Matter of fact, I might. Yeah, he's all angry that they gave him a lie detector test.
Can you even relate to these people? They have a church family, and the community gets together.
The whole small little town is going to be at his wedding.
How creepy is a church group? You guys ought to have a mole on this show.
Creepy.
Just go in there and wear like a wire, just to listen to what they talk about at their picnic. Jesus made that jam.
Yeah. Oh, this is such good chicken. Praise the Lord for this chicken. And everything is done in this biblical, like, whatever they are, those little paragraphs they do. What do they call those? Psalms. Is it a psalm?
Praise his name.
Yeah, they always got to throw those things in.
Yeah.
It can't just be, hey, good job. Good job on the chicken.
Bunch of
Praise Jesus on the barbecue chicken. Such a great job.
Let's say hi to Tony in New York. Tony.
Hey, boys. Hey, sweet tits.
Hi.
Am I the only one that had more respect for this asshole when he was an accused murderer?
Yeah, when we all thought he killed her. Like we all did.
Plus you hadn't heard him talk yet.
No.
Yeah, and didn't realize he said Wednesday instead of Wednesday, which really irritates me on principle. There's no I in that word.
All right, let's go back to the audio here. Some of the questions that were asked on the lie detector test.
What kind of questions were they asking during that test? Pretty easy ones, though. I mean, it wasn't, did you have anything to do with Jennifer's disappearance? No. Do you know where Jennifer is right now? No.
No.
What else was it? Did you harm Jennifer? No.
Did you pass the 6th grade? No.
I felt, when I was done, a certain feeling of upliftitude.
Here's a great question. Were people too quick to suspect?
Do you think people were too quick to start pointing the finger of suspicion? Absolutely they were, and I understand this, and I understood this at the time, and I just couldn't get by. I couldn't get it through from my heart to my head, or vice versa. Statistically, I was guilty, and I get that. But anybody that knew me or knows anything about me would know that that's just, it's insane. And I understand the FBI and the GBI and all those people, they don't know me. But if they talked to anybody that was around me, they'd have to get some sense to know that, of course we need to look at him, but maybe we need to focus somewhere else.
Please, slow down. They thought that all Scott Peterson's family and in-laws and everything were right behind him saying what a great guy he is and there's no way he did it. That other buffoon that shot his wife in the head while she was sleeping, saying that he was going to go off to college back east. Same thing. Both sides of the family. This is a wonderful guy. They have a wonderful life together, loving, blah, blah, blah. The people that know you are the last people that have an accurate representation of what you're all about and if you have the potential of doing something like this. The last people. You know who knows? The cops. The
Yeah, isn't
FBI.
it like most of the time it's somebody you know?
Yeah. And when a wife disappears or a fiance, girlfriend, you always look at the husband or boyfriend because it's usually them that's taken him away or killed him or something. And the cops know it. The people that are closest to you, they're the most oblivious to the whole thing. People that know me, they are the ones that knew. They're the ones that have it wrong usually.
I'm so terrified of going to jail. Even if I didn't do it, I would flunk the lie detector
That's
test.
what I feel like,
we were talking about yesterday.
That's my whole guilt thing.
Yeah.
I would do the same thing. Do you know about her disappearance? No.
I just really think I'm going to get raped.
Yeah, you're thinking. How do you take a lie detector test
going up and down?
The blood's pumping.
Jim Norton, everybody.
Thinking about it. Yeah, prison is that's just the worst thing that could possibly happen. And there you are, all of a sudden your wife takes off like this, puts you in this situation where you're like, holy shit. They could put me in prison for this. What if she did disappear somewhere? She goes off on this lark. Someone takes her out into the desert. I mean, it was a lark, Jimmy.
I usually hate that word, but this is perfect.
It was a lark. I just picture a lark with your arms flailing around as you're running off somewhere. It's a lark. You're just flailing. You can't stroll away as you're on a lark. And then she ends up dead in the desert. They never find her. And there have been trials and convictions without bodies, you know?
It's true.
All of a sudden, now this guy's got to defend himself knowing he didn't do it.
That's how awful is that to go to jail without having had the satisfaction of watching those ugly bug eyes finally close for one final time.
Kind of pop out. Imagine how big they'd get if you choked her.
They'd probably get small.
Oh, how disappointing. Look, they're getting smaller.
Oh, for Pete's sake.
Punch her in the stomach. Come on. Oh, there they go.
Jesus told me to do this.
Yeah.
How awful is this marriage going to be? For the next 30 years, every argument is going to end with, you ran off to Vegas with a Puerto Rican, you whore.
That's the closer of every argument.
You were out drinking. You ran to Vegas with a Puerto Rican whore. I'll go to bed.
Nice. Will you be here in the morning, bitch?
Sorry, I don't have foreskin and another white lady to take you out with.
All right, she's the victim, Anthony.
What?
That's what the fiancé is going to say here.
She wants the world to know that that's not her, and she is very sorry, and she's in pain, and she's a victim here as well. She wants everybody to know that she's got some things that she's got to figure out.
This guy's redefining pussy whip.
Oh my God!
He's never banged her. He's never banged her.
Never banged
They've
her.
never had
Not
sex.
Even
married.
more so.
Yeah.
We're getting to that clip. Never had sex, Bill.
Pussy whipped. Oh.
He's delusional.
She's a victim.
This is what Jesus does to you.
He has no idea what he's getting himself into.
She's a victim here. Oof. Give him
Forget
a few
about
years.
me almost being incarcerated.
Yeah, lie detector test that I was angry about. Did I tell you?
I think he's the good Christian, and she might have been dragged into this whole kind of lifestyle. And
Before.
Yeah, and I think she's starting to get freaked out by it. The whole church family and the community stopping by constantly with religious
That's a good,
crap.
you know something?
Yeah.
That might be it. This whole thing he's in looks like a cult to her. And she's so deeply tied up in it now that she just had to get the hell out of there.
Yeah, the more you listen, the more you want to get on a bus and get away from that guy.
And get away from this guy as quickly as possible.
Maybe she's really not the kook.
Yeah,
trying
she
to play
could be
all
the
angles
same one.
here.
I don't know. I heard her when 911 called. Then again, maybe she just panicked. But I don't know. That 911 call was
Awful
pretty.
911 call.
Yeah.
Worse acting than Voss.
She really was awful. You ever see Voss and White Chicks Incorporated? Well,
Bad.
No. Bad would have been 4 steps up. He was beyond downright awful.
I saw Voss in the one with Louis Black, and Well, Jim Norton, of course, is in that one. Rick Delgado?
Oh, the gynecologist.
Was it the gynecologist?
Yes.
No, or was it the one where they had sex with the mob guy's daughter?
That's the gynecologist.
That is the gynecologist.
I'm in that scene, too, where Voss comes up and him and Rick Delgado are, like, trying to figure out if they're police officers.
Voss is so bad.
Hold on a minute. It's so weird you just mentioned that. I'm serious. I've been emailing back and forth with Adam Dubin, who directed the movie.
Mm-hmm.
He's got an outtake reel that he's FedExing to us. We should have tomorrow.
Get it, God.
He said that scene was so awful. That was the best he could do with it, and he had to chop a few of Voss's takes together to make it look almost passable.
Oh,
he
great.
says you gotta hear the outtakes. So what we need, Eric, is the actual scene. So we'll play the scene and then we'll play the outtakes. Hopefully tomorrow we should have it.
Great.
Out of nowhere, Adam Dubin says you want to throw Voss under the bus. I was going through some outtakes, and you guys gotta play this on the show. He says it was like over and over and over again. He couldn't get his lines right.
Ellen's 1 minute dance. They now have a graphic with a counter on it Ellen does her dance. God. And now she's stealing the coats again. She walks up and takes people's coats off their chair and then gives it to somebody else. Wow. 45 seconds into her 1 minute dance.
You can see she's almost sick of doing it now.
Oh, we said that.
Of course she
Bill,
is.
we said that last week. It was a goofy bit she started, and now she hates doing it.
And they have the clock with the little legs and arms.
And it's dancing.
Like it's dancing. Oh, they should show the clock with its face in the crotch of another clock of the same gender.
I was trying to keep it at a minute. That's what I'm trying to. My goal is 1 minute dance. I faked people out. Everybody was still standing, and I sat down too soon. I have 5 seconds left. Give it to me.
Oh, Ellen.
Oh, look, she's going to give the audience what they came to see.
You know, when you see so much anger and hatred on TV, it's just good to see somebody in just such a great mood.
Natured
Good
dancing.
point, Bill. Good point.
Wholesome family value entertainment.
That's right.
Still got pussy juice on the side of her face.
Got
with your coworkers or your friends.
Oh, that's great.
Hey, Ellen, how was that Subway sandwich? What are you talking about? Forget it.
But we're going to be doing that. I'm not going to be able to see it. But
Did you get the Italian with everything on it? Ellen, you got a little glaze. We're going to be right back.
Our first guest today.
Oh, it's just awful.
See her arch her back like a cat and spit a big hairball of pubes up on that carpet.
Those fucking Midwestern hens dancing and clapping along with her.
They love it.
Yuck.
She touched my coat.
They get in. They're probably standing on the line talking to each other. You're going to dance when Ellen dances? Oh, of course. I'm dancing when Ellen dances.
It's going to be a riot.
Oh, it's going to be great.
They're all out of step and clapping and looking at the camera. Fatzos.
We're going to add another comedian to the discussion here, Anthony.
Ooh.
Very funny guy. Bill Dwyer. Bill.
Comic smorgasbord.
Good word.
Hey, Bill.
I'm here. What?
Hello, Bill.
Hello, Bill.
What's
you
up?
got me on the satellite already?
Yeah, we got Opie, we got Anthony, we got Jim Norton, and we got Bill Burr.
Norton.
What's up,
Me
buddy?
and Norton go back.
How are you, man?
Norton and I have done failed pilots together.
Oh, yeah, what was that we did together?
Norton, couch potato video for VH1.
That's right. Holy
Couch potato video.
It was awful. Me and Florentine were roommates. And Bill, what did you do in that? You were married to what?
I was married to something. I can't remember.
Girl, right.
How does a pilot
delightful,
fail on VH1?
It was
Yeah,
horrendous.
really.
Doesn't everything just go to air?
Seen what they take?
It was awful.
I can't. Yeah, it's like VH1's only failed pilot. Everything else.
Everything else went on the air.
It was brutal. I do remember that.
Me and Norton, they were like, no, this just isn't going to make it.
You work with everybody, Jimmy.
Every comedian that comes in, Jim did some kind of pilot
with.
Something that failed. I've been involved in every career failure of every comic.
Jim was on the failed pilot for I Love the Colors for VH1. A bunch of people sitting around going, yeah, Red. I remember Red. Oh, yeah, I saw a stop sign yesterday. It was red. Christ almighty.
It was funny when McLean Stevenson came in last week and we talked about my days on Hello, Larry.
Oh, my God, that's a good one.
You know,
And the
VH1
spin-off, Hello, Larry Holmes. Went nowhere.
What's up, Bill?
VH1's doing another I Love the 70s and 80s.
Yeah.
They sent me a fax. They're so out of shit to talk about. They were like, do you remember that movie Airport? Do you remember all those one-liners George Kennedy had? And I'm
Oh,
like,
my God.
no, I don't. I actually canceled it. They would literally, at this point, they're listing them. I was like, I would have to do research.
That was a huge hit for VH1, but haven't they run out of years by now?
Yeah.
I mean, stop.
Yeah.
I love the 80s returns, and at that point they were like, you remember What Would You Do for a Klondike bar?
Oh, great.
Boy.
Yeah.
It's over.
One of
How
the
about
staples
fact
of the
that-
80s.
How about the fact that they're doing I Love the 90s? And, of course, I'm doing them, too. But, yeah, I remember one of the I Love the 90s things. It was like, Frasier. Remember Frasier? It's like, yeah, I remember watching the season finale just last night.
Yeah, you start getting to, the early 90s you can get away with, but you start getting to 99, it's like, yeah, I do remember that. It's still affecting me.
Coming up, the new show I loved, March 2005.
Yeah. Well, best week ever. They do that.
Yep.
Best week ever. They do a whole thing just like those shows, but on the past week.
Hey, we even got rooked into Best Week
Oh,
Ever.
no. Thank God they used one clip.
We had a little cameo in that.
We are so eager to just do things.
Not really.
So
Yes,
eager to get
really.
your mug on TV, aren't you?
You know what it is? Somebody starts yapping to you about this stuff, and you're like, it sounds like a good idea. I watched the show, I stop on it and watch.
Prove my Q rating.
Yeah, let me go on and we'll check. And then they hand you these papers, and you're like, yeah, say this, do this, comment about this. Well, I don't know what to...
Yeah,
well,
and
if
then
you
you
don't...
get the week that Terry Schiavo died. Best week ever.
Thumbs up for Terry Schiavo.
I remember when Terry Schiavo died. Yeah, that was funny. Yeah.
Dude, they got me for the VH1 year-end clips thing.
Yeah.
And everything I said was just uncalled for. Oh, she's a pig. She should drop dead. They use like nothing. They show like one pan of me smiling, and that was my appearance.
Yeah, that was
Did
it.
they pay you for it, Jimmy?
You know what? I don't know, but I don't think I'll do them for free anymore because they're awful.
Yeah.
I don't think I got paid. The VH1 doesn't pay anything.
Yeah, a lot of them you do for free.
It's exposure.
Yeah, they never use your clips. They always use that what's that guy's name that they always use? Not Michael Ian Black and then the other guy.
They use the guy that you got pissed... yeah, Hal Sparks.
Hal Sparks.
Oh, he's terrific.
The guy that, he got pissed off at Jimmy.
Yeah, he got mad at me on Tough Crowd because I fucking did the door trick on him, and he's a fucking baby.
What, he was on Tough Crowd?
We did it together, and I would do this thing in the dressing room where I would do it to everybody, where I'm standing at the door, and I would just do it to show off with, like, Patrice and Dumb Keith, and I would ask them a question, and when they start answering it, I slam the door in mid-sentence. And I fucking got everybody with that. And, of course, guys like Stephen Colbert laughed because he's a funny guy. But Hal was like, I just don't see the joke in it. Of course you don't, because you're not funny, stupid. Of course you don't see the joke in it. Sorry I'm not traipsing around pretending to be a homosexual. Fucking zilch.
I love stuff like that. You know what I love to do when somebody gives me a business card? I just rip it in half right in front of them. And then I get another one.
Dude, I am banned. I can't get a gig in the DC Improv because some guy that's close to the owner came to the Stretch Factory one time, and just to goof off, he gave me a card, and I ripped it up and threw it on the floor. And he's like, what are you doing? I'm like, come on, man, I'm just joking. Let me have one. He gave me the next one, ripped it up, threw it on the floor, and I cannot get a gig in the fucking DC Improv. So fuck that club.
Oh, that is a scumbaggy thing to do.
But it's a goof. It's like you're in comedy and you don't get that?
Of
Come on.
course.
I would fucking howl if somebody did that to me.
Boy,
You sound like that doing the right stuff. It was a glitch. The hatch blew. It was a lark.
You screwed the pooch, Gus.
I don't even know who he means, and I just know I sound like an ass.
That's funny. Bill, we didn't want you to wait, but we're in the middle playing the audio of the fiancé of the runaway bride.
Oh, that poor sap. He's forgiven her, though, which is sweet.
Yeah, well, that's about where we're getting to here. Here's a clip where he's basically saying he still loves her. Listen to this. Hopefully you can hear it on the phone.
Do you still love her? Absolutely. Yeah, I just because we haven't walked down the aisle, just because we haven't stood in front of the 500 people and said our I do's, my commitment before God to her was the day I bought that ring and put it on her finger.
Just because she almost drove across
and
the
I'm not backing down from that now.
Big talker. Big talker.
What an ass. He doesn't even realize he can get out of this now. I made my commitment.
Before God.
Before God. When I gave her the ring. Ugh.
Yeah, I don't know if God recognizes rings. Hey, well, at least she was trying to take it easy on him, I mean, most girls just go, hey, why don't you go fuck yourself? But she goes, you know what, I'm going to get on a bus and go to Las Vegas, and then I'm going to double back to Albuquerque. And then we're all good.
While everyone accuses you of murdering me.
Yeah, but she saved him the embarrassment of being left at the altar.
Hey, you know, Scott Peterson has really made it tough for us married guys who actually wanted a rowboat for Christmas.
Yeah.
That's a great one.
That's a tough one.
Wow.
Telling your wife you want to go fishing.
All right, let's go.
Christmas Eve.
Let's go to the next clip.
She's very loving, very caring. Never met a stranger. You know, just loves people and little kids in particular. Her mom always says she's put on this earth to be a mother, so you know we're looking forward to that one day.
So was Yates.
Just very gracious, very you know welcome anybody into her home and take care of them, kind of Southern girl.
Crawled on this earth to be a mother.
So was Yates.
Andrea Yates.
Gotta call the crib removal service.
Oh my God!
That big crib removal service truck pulls up.
Wow, we normally don't get called for 5 of them. What happened?
Oh my God!
For another $20, we'll take the baby seat.
With a cute cartoon logo on the side of the bed.
All right, you might as well throw those 10 shoes in.
Oh my God, you're the worst.
Oh, that's great.
Bill, comment?
What? I got nothing. What's he talking about?
Andrea Yates. She was a mom too, and I'm sure everything was fine and dandy there.
Wow. All right, well.
She drove them into a lake.
That was Susan Smith.
Yeah, Susan Smith. Andrea Yates gave her 5 little kids a bath. A bath that no bath mat or towels were needed for after it was done.
The soap was just a lure to get them to the tub. Mommy. I can't even.
I was going to say, Jesus Christ.
I mean, my God. All right, let's go to another clip here from the fiancé.
Our relationship is from that standpoint is still very pure. We have not, broken the sanctity of marriage yet, if that's the right way of putting it. In God's eyes, our relationship is still very pure. But we did sleep under the same roof from time to time, and that has come up this week, and I know that's been a question on a lot of people's minds, but we weren't technically living together.
What? They're not technically living together?
They haven't done it yet.
No, they're virgins, both of them.
But they sleep in the same house every once in a while?
This guy is just so worked up to have sex with her. That's why he's taking her back. That's
it. He's on TV.
Yeah, he's not going through all this without banging her once.
Yeah, all this that's gone on, and he's just going to let her go and have to go through the whole thing. And he's one of these church guys, so he knows that the road to him getting laid, if he has to go and ditch this girl, is so long.
He's going to have to go courting again.
Right, a courting. Well, there, Jethro, put on your courting clothes. And he's going to have to go courting and then bring her to the church, and there's this whole long thing, the engagement, the marriage. So he's not getting laid for years.
He's this close.
He's so close.
And how old is he? 40?
Probably, yeah, 30s, right?
Close, yeah.
He's an older gentleman.
Anything over 20 at that when you're dealing with that.
Got to meet mom again and have biscuits and all that family nonsense.
Well, he's coming over for vittles.
Well, he's done.
Well,
he's never getting married now.
Well, we have one more clip here.
He's through.
You have no doubt in your mind you want to still get married. Yeah. In other words. Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, I think we need some things need to happen first, and we need to talk about a few things, and she needs some treatment, for lack of a better word.
Treatment. That's what they call
Would you worry that this would be an indicator how she may deal with stressful situations, which we all know will come up in the course of a marriage?
Right. No.
We need a fellow to pull that tapeworm out of her stomach. That's what we need to do. She needs some treatment. She needs some treatment.
Those treatments are going to be
either on your stomach or on your side.
Only on your stomach in this house.
In this house.
He's only going to fuck her like Dwight from This Boy's Life.
Yeah.
On your stomach or on your side. That's how you get it in this house.
Pulling her hair. Can I turn over? Look you in the face? Oh, that's great.
He's going to put on a Boy Scout uniform and just fuck her. Sodomize her brutally.
Like Dwight.
Her eyes will dry as they're on the pillow.
Crucifix hanging over the bed. Asking for forgiveness as you're doing it.
She's got those Clockwork Orange eyes just wide open.
Putting drops in them.
Yeah. As he violates her keister, just drops over.
Well, we want to thank Sean Hannity for the audio, for helping us out with that.
I'm sure he's thrilled that we're talking about it.
Yeah. Sean knows us. We're like his retarded brother.
Yeah, sure. We get along in a weird way. What else is going on? What's up with the Runaway Bride, Anthony?
She have a few skeletons.
And she went into a mental hospital, right? That's to save face, I guess, so she doesn't do time over this crime, I'm assuming.
It's the Pat O'Brien strategy.
Or is she really a kook?
You screw up, you get your ass into rehab. Yes, she seems to be kind of a kook. She's in there for mental issues. They're not really getting specific. But this happened right on the... it was perfect timing. The same time her previous criminal record came out. She likes to steal things.
Oh,
She's
really?
a shoplifter.
Nice.
She's a shoplifter, and they had 3 of her mugshots in the paper today, and they all looked exactly the same. Her big owl bug eyes with the little ruler behind her.
I don't know.
Old burn victim eyes.
The first mugshot isn't that bad.
Which one? Oh, the first one doesn't look too bad because she's not possessed.
She's not
and
possessed
her hair
yet.
is kind of in her face a little bit.
God, this story about the Runaway Bride just gets better and better every day, huh?
Gotta love this girl.
Gotta love this girl. She's a horny one.
Google-eyed whore.
She's a horn dog. I guess the latest, they're trying to say that she was headed to an ex-lover's house in New Mexico.
A lover.
This guy, I'm trying to think how this goes. This guy's sister and friend came out to see him.
Yeah.
Wait, no. How does this work? Because she was one of them.
He used to live back in their hometown.
Right, okay.
And they had hooked up there, gone on a couple of dates. That was fixed up through family members.
Right, okay.
So,
here it is. About 3 years ago, she and my sister, okay, that's it, came out to New Mexico together to visit me, and I dated Jennifer a couple of times, he said.
Yeah. And then he says that she liked sex. She was, they had some hot and heavy sessions, and then that was it.
She had a healthy sexual appetite.
There you go. Num-num.
She liked sex, he
Eat
said.
'em up.
So now they're speculating that she might have been on her way to try to, see this guy, to get banged.
Only 2 hours away from where he lived.
Right.
When she made that phone call to the police. And, when you travel across the country and you end up 2 hours away from an ex that you enjoyed your sex with.
It wasn't really an ex, by the way. They went on like 2 or 3 dates, and
she a few times.
She was real loose and just had a great time with this guy. That's what that was about.
So her fiance back there, he had abstained from sex for 18 months during their courtship. What century is this? And I guess she is he a virgin? The fiance?
You gotta think
guy?
He's either a virgin or has had just minimal contact.
What an ass. One of these
women.
religious types that think you got to save yourself for the marriage.
One of these religious do-gooders that thinks he could show her the real way.
If you're one of these guys that assumes that you should save yourself for marriage, your chick better be a virgin who is also saving herself for marriage. Because you'll end up in a situation like this. Going 18 months.
Completely don't agree with saving yourself for marriage.
Oh.
You gotta know what you're getting into, man.
Of course. That's a pretty big part of things.
You need to test drive the vehicle.
Right. You might, you might not be compatible. He grabs you by the ears and shoves that in there, and you gag. That could be a problem.
What if her birth canal is too short and you can't get all the way in there?
Oh, you get halfway in and hear, ow! You go, oh, damn it.
Halfway in and you're hitting the back wall.
Oh,
what the hell is this about?
Hitting off the backboard. Yeah, so she apparently wanted a little more than the fiance was giving.
She emailed another ex in St. Louis, too, before she took off.
Yes.
Really?
She just wanted a hog shoved in her.
Of course, because she went a while without sex. She lost her mind.
Maybe she caught a look at this guy's mule or something, get out of the shower, and it was small, and she's like,
now, why would she do this, like, right before the wedding? Because that's the payday. That's when they're going to go into the bed and have some sex. Is she thinking, I can't do this after I'm married?
That's exactly what I'm thinking. I think this guy got into her head, and she's thinking, oh, my God, I got to get it all out before I get married. And she went into panic mode, and she's nuts to begin with, and just started emailing and figuring out where her conquests were, because I don't even think these are old boyfriends, and decided one of these guys will bang me hard before I get married.
I hear the best man was disappointed because he had already gotten pictures of him having sex with the bride and taped it to the bottom of all the plates. And during the toast, he was going to tell everyone to flip them over. Wow. Is that true?
Yeah. Like other men who've gone a few rounds with her, several firemen, a dentist, and gym buffs among them.
Wow.
This guy said she had a healthy sexual appetite, so...
They made it sound like they were the couple that was going to wait for marriage. She was getting cold feet. No, she was getting cold snatch. She needed some hot cock. Then she runs off. They try to make it sound like some little storybook thing. The innocent bride that was a little nervous and had to run. No, this is a dopey fiancé who hooks up with this woman who has this, as they said, hefty sexual appetite, and she ran off to get some cock. That's it. Still getting married, did they say?
I don't know. Isn't she in a loony bin now or something, right?
She went into something, but I think that was one of those moves to get the public off of her.
Well,
like she was getting criticized, and they were talking about billing her for the search and maybe criminal charges. And then you take the Pat O'Brien route. You check yourself in somewhere and say, oh, okay.
They can't bill her for the search, though. She didn't tell them to search.
They actually can. They billed some college student recently. This girl disappeared. She had this story when she came back of how she was abducted, and then they have videotape of her in a convenience store buying duct tape and stuff that she used to tie herself up with.
Didn't she actually? Maybe there's a difference. Maybe did she stage that beforehand, like plan to get attention or something, where this chick just took off?
No, they're saying that the college girl also planned it to get attention. But this girl, she didn't just take off either. She planned it in advance. She had that bus ticket.
Planning to get attention, like wanting people to search for it. Maybe the college girl wanted to be searched for, and this girl just wanted to get away. Like, can they technically bill you if you just say, like, screw this, I'm taking off?
I think if you file a false report like that,
that's right,
they can bill you, regardless of your intention.
Poor girl just wanted a little dick. I wish an ex of mine, some chick I banged 8 years ago, would get into this kind of hot water. I'd be all over the news.
Comes back, you would be.
I would, and I'd bang her too. I'd bang her while her face is on TV. I'd let her give me a Hummer, and I wouldn't tell anyone until it was over.
This guy in New Mexico would have banged her too.
Oh yeah,
but she only got 2 hours away.
But he was saying, they asked him what would he have done if she did show up, and he goes, he was quoted as saying, "I would have turned her ass in, and asked for that $100,000 reward." He doesn't care, man. He's just one of the many chicks he's probably banged. Meant nothing to him.
I'm sure she's good in bed though, because she has I like the fact that her head in this photo, the neck looks like you Opes in that one Photoshop that you made.
Photoshop.
Doesn't that look like open the
giraffe neck?
Oh my God, with those eyes, she's like E.T. A scared E.T.
Oof.
Yeah.
Just wanted to put her finger up and touch a big cock.
But that's the latest on her. Just when you thought that this story was going away, there's another twist.
She has one bloodshot, googled eye. Jizz got in there. I have you heard the steamy, seedy description of the Runaway Bride's sexual encounter?
No.
With the Hispanic man and woman that abducted her? This is from her story. It's pretty steamy.
What happened, Ed?
Well, let's see. They talk about how she was jogging out on the evening of April 26th. She was grabbed by two individuals, a Hispanic male and white female. This is from the police report, obviously. In a van and thrown in the back of it. Her hands were then tied with rope. The individuals placed her on her right side on the floor of the van and made her face the back door. The male then began driving while the female stayed in the back of the van with Jennifer. After approximately 30 minutes, the male pulled the van off the side of the road and shut the vehicle off. She's all tied up and wondering what, why are we stopping?
Can I jump in really fast?
Sure.
This obviously is her fantasy that she really wants to happen to her.
Absolutely.
This girl is so horny.
So horned up that the fantasy of an abduction has to include this little sexual thing that happens.
All right, go ahead, Ant.
Off the side of the road, the vehicle gets shut off. The female took off her pants and underwear, but left her shirt on. The female then pulled down Jennifer's pants and underwear, performed oral sex on her, and digitally penetrated her vagina. So this couple abducts you and licks your pussy.
This chick rocks.
The girl takes her clothes off and starts going down on you.
Dude, this reminds me when I was a kid. I had a bad thing. I was actually walking, and this girl with a really meaty vagina pulled over and made me get in the car and jerk off looking at her and listening to Ozzy. It was horrible.
And then let you off somewhere.
Out.
This doesn't happen. How about stabbed her in the chest a few times and shit on her face? Ooh. I'm going to take the bad with the good.
Is there more?
Of course.
Oh, good.
Pulled down her pants and underwear, performed oral sex on her, and digitally penetrated her vagina. The female then moved over Jennifer's head and told her to perform oral sex on her. At the same time, the male had gone to the back of the van. He then removed his pants and placed his penis into Jennifer's vagina. According to Jennifer, she performed oral sex on the female until the female had an orgasm. The male pulled his penis out from Jennifer's vagina once the female had an orgasm. Jennifer was not sure if the male had ejaculated. The female and male then dressed themselves and pulled up Jennifer's underwear and pants. The male then moved to the front of the van and began driving again. One of the sergeants asked Jennifer if prior to the van stopping, did the male or female make any comments? Jennifer said they only spoke in Spanish. Now, this is the investigator trying to trip her story up a little bit. The sergeant also asked Jennifer if it was dark or lit in the area they had stopped during the sexual assault. She replied it was dark. He then asked if it was dark, how was she able to see the female and male removing their clothing? Jennifer stated when...
Well, look at those eyes of hers.
She sees in the dark.
Of course she does, man. Those eyes are adapted for the dark.
If only she thought of that. She didn't say that. Look at my eyes,
Look
you
at my
idiot.
eyes, you idiot.
Turn the lights out in here and hold up some fingers.
Well,
these pupils don't move.
The investigator kept asking her questions. She kept going, who? He went, you. What do you mean all you did was eat Wise potato chips? What are you talking about, miss?
I can't answer that, but I can tell you how many licks it takes to get to the Tootsie Roll center of a Tootsie Pop. What exactly did the female... let me see. Jennifer stated... I lost my spot. Where was it?
That's all right, Ann. Take your time.
Damn it, wait a minute.
Because I still got the nice visual in my head of what she wants done to her.
And I guarantee you this is what she did in Vegas with this couple. Because she did hang out with a Spanish couple in Vegas.
Dark or light. Okay, Jennifer stated when she was told by the female to perform sex on her, the female placed her vagina over her face. She could tell the female was only wearing a shirt. Because I guess the shirt kind of...
Was hitting her in the head?
Hitting her in the face.
A little bit.
Sexy. As she was licking her pussy in this fantasy this woman had.
God, this guy better marry this broad.
Sergeant...
He's got a lot of fun ahead of him.
The sergeant asked Jennifer, what exactly did the female state to you when she wanted you to perform oral sex? Jennifer said the female told her, now you can lick my pussy. The sergeant asked if the male or female made any statements to her while the sexual assault was taking place. She said no. The sergeant asked Jennifer if the male was wearing a condom when he penetrated her. Jennifer replied she did not know. Would girls know that or not?
Not necessarily.
Feel a condom?
Let's hope not, because I've been pulling it off for quite a few years. Yeah, it's on.
Sergeant asked Jennifer if she was bound by rope during the entire sexual assault. Jennifer said yes. And the detective asked if Jennifer had penetrated her with any force. Jennifer said the male did not use any force, but he did not use any foreplay either. I asked her if she was sexually assaulted by at any other time throughout the incident. She stated no. After the sexual assault, they began driving again. She told them she remained lying down and did not sit up. And then they stopped numerous times to get gas and junk food. She was dropped off in Albuquerque, where she made the 911 call. So that's her little sexual
That's the police
fantasy.
report. That rocks.
She told the cops, and the cops asking her those questions must have just known she was lying.
But the fact that the girl's sitting on her face, that turned me on.
Yeah.
I got like half a rod going. That's really hot, man.
I like how it didn't include anything really bad, though. Like, the guy might have been wearing a condom. Didn't seem like he even came. He was just like having sex with her until the girl came. The girl that was sitting on her face, she's so good at oral sex that she made her come.
And this kook
and then the guy just stopped.
This kook is going to marry this religious nut. Because now I think he's nutty, too.
How about plowing it into her ass until it bleeds? How about that? Now, that's a rape.
That's not her fantasy, Anthony.
That's not her fantasy.
She's into the threesome.
Why didn't he put his uncut gift into her face when he was finished?
Right.
The husband-to-be had to read this police report.
Oh.
He must have been out of his mind.
Well, we'll pray together and hopefully get through this with prayer. And yeah, there you go. Pray together. What you need to do is get another chick to squat on her face.
She's probably already licked some box in the loony bin. She's been in a shower with another nut.
Broom handles and
they're scrubbing each other's faces.
One of them kneels on some flip-flops.
Right.
We heard they do that.
Yeah, we have. Oh, the story just gets better and better.
It's pretty hot. That's off the smoking
You know,
gun.
the religious family had to read the police report going, oh, my God.
They had to read
God,
everything.
Are you kidding me?
They had to read everything.
We thought our son found the perfect woman. And
they don't want this woman now.
And now we're going to have to deal with this.
Just the fact that they had the ability to make up this perverted crap. The family would go, oh, no way.
She did that. She did that in Vegas. I guarantee. Cause she
You
hooked
think
up with
that's it? She did hook up with a Hispanic guy and a white woman.
That is exactly what she did.
And that's what happened somewhere.
She's probably a nympho that was trying to change her ways and then realized, oh, my God, I just can't do this. I need sex. I need sex.
Need that cock.
I need
the cock.
Yeah. And just went. Started contacting the old boyfriends. That wasn't working out too well. And then maybe in Vegas ran into a couple like this.
Maybe. That's why you go to Vegas. That is why a woman like this would run off to Vegas. Where can I go in the United States where I could just probably hook up with a couple of people and have some sex? Sin City, Vegas. There you go. She ends up there, hooks up with this couple, Hispanic guy and a woman, and they probably did exactly this. She probably sat on her face. Guy's banging her.
Oh, he probably had her legs pinned back. Oh, just look at this owl-eyed whore eat his girlfriend.
Oh, God.
Let's say hi to George in New Jersey. George?
Morning, guys.
Morning.
Hey, the cops knew this wasn't real the minute she said the other girl came on her face and the guy didn't blow a load.
Exactly. Stop it.
Stop
it.
All right.
Big eyes.
Is that just hitting the press, the police report finally?
I don't know. It's on the smoking gun. I don't know how long it's been here, but...
All right. Let's go to Ben's raw ass.
Ben's raw ass?
We love Ben's raw ass. What's up, buddy?
Hey, I got a little funny story for you.
Uh-oh. Hold on. Is it a funny story?
Let's put our laughing hats on.
You guys ready for a funny story from Ben's raw ass? They're clapping and applauding in the other room. They're ready to go.
All right. I was trying to hook up with this religious chick once, right? And so was my friend at the same time. So she said she was going to have to pray to God to tell her which guy to go out with, right?
Yeah.
Needless to say, she didn't pick me, but she also didn't put out. So he ended up raping her.
Wait a minute, that actually... I gotta disagree with the boys. That was funny and hot.
Okay!
Good story, sir.
All right. Well, there you have
Funny
it.
story?
An interesting one. Let's see.
I have a funny story.
Yeah?
It's a story about the intern who didn't come in and take my coffee order fast enough, and he got a keyboard and thrown at his face. Go ahead. Hey.
All right, we're going to take a break.
Wait. A, the line was awful. B, I said keyboard.
Keyboard.